Bum bum ba-dum ba-da-dum da-dum da-da-da-da-da-da. Welcome to Hockey Night in Canada. No, wait. This isn't Hockey Night. This is the Harland Highway podcast is what it is. Thank you very much. Sorry for that false intro, gang. There's nothing false about today's show. Oh, my God. Talk about podcast royalty. My special guest today is with me the whole show. You could call him the king of podcasts. This gentleman has probably had the number one podcast with the most listeners, the most followers, the most fans out of any other podcast out there. There might be a few that come close, 3 or 4, but this gentleman's been in the lead for many, many years. He was one of the original pioneers of podcasting. Mr. Adam Carolla is my special guest today. Adam is at the top of the podcast field. I am honored to have him as a guest on my show today. We're going to be talking about all kinds of things. We're going to be playing Too Soon or Not Too Soon towards the end of the show. We're going to cover a whole range of topics. Adam's going to tell us if he believes in heaven or hell. And, oh, man, just listen. Adam's a guy that has a deep wealth of knowledge, and he's going to share it with us today here on the Harland Highway.
Where am I? What is this, some kind of a joke or something?
Welcome to the Harland Highway.
What you talking about, Willie?
Son, you got a panty on your head.
Shut up and sit down, you big bald fuck.
Oh, God, what's happening here? What's happening?
Hey, Harland, it's Shelley.
You just made a wrong turn onto the Harland Highway.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
That is fantastic.
What's wrong with everybody in this crazy place?
The Harland Highway.
What is it? The opening
To what?
to another dimension.
This is Harland Williams.
You're a bad man. You're a very bad man.
That is fantastic.
Hey, everybody, this is Harland Williams. You are rolling down the Harland Highway, and holy sweet Louisiana crab gumbo. What a treat we have today. Sweet and sour treat. My special guest today, you know him from AdamCarolla.com. You know him from his movies, his documentaries, his TV shows. The one and only Ace, a.k.a. Adam Carolla, is on the Harland Highway today. Hey, buddy.
Hey, man. How are you?
What's up?
It's good. Busy. You know, it's a life.
This is the earliest I've ever seen you in the morning. Like, I think your eyes are still puffy. Like an owl.
Yeah, I go to bed with them puffy. I wake up with them puffy, and then midday they're puffy as well. So I'm pretty puffed out most days. I got up early this morning to do some radio, actually.
Oh, so you've already done so. So your voice is ready to go.
Yeah, it is. It is a funny thing,
good.
though. Do you ever do that thing where you stay up late and then you get up early and then you sit down and then you call into the radio station and it's 6:30 in the morning and you realize you haven't spoken and you're up all night, you know, smoking crack and drinking out of a flask and doing rails off a hooker's ass.
Come
and
on.
Then it's true.
Who
and then
says flask anymore?
you get up in the morning. You get up and you start talking to Boomer and Floor Wax.
Yeah,
and
Chainsaw and Eddie.
Nothing's coming out of your mouth.
I know, it's hard. You still got mung mouth, right?
You got mung mouth.
You're all puffy. Do you
puffy
want
and
some
you got
puff
mung.
cream before we get going or anything? Do you want some
I don't
do you
know.
want a puffin from
I
the
don't-
Arctic Circle?
I don't know gay slang, but yes would be the answer.
All right, here we go. So we're going to talk to Adam today, and I wanted to get into some cool stuff because, you always have a deep perception of everything, and I thought maybe I would ask you, like, what does heaven look like? Like when you get up there, is there like 7-Elevens? Is there tennis clubs? Where do people sleep? Where do people go to the bathroom? Like, what the hell? Everyone thinks we die and do we just float around? Like, what's up there, guy? Tell me.
Well, for me, as an atheist, nothing.
Oh, you're an atheist.
Yeah, but nothing actually these days is actually kind of a good... I'm looking forward to nothing.
Really? Because
I
you
really
work
am.
so hard.
Yeah, I got a lot of something going on in my life all the time, and I'm sort of looking forward to nothing.
Wait, if your kid comes up to you and goes, Daddy, what's heaven look like? You just say nothing to your kid?
I'll say, I'll tell you what. Daddy's going to take a nap. I want you to quietly take shoes off, sneak into his room in about 20 minutes, and then what you see me doing, that's what heaven looks like. That'll be heaven to Daddy.
Too soon. Are you puffy when you do it?
No, I lie to my kids and, tell them that my dog, Molly, who we put down 4 months ago, went over the Rainbow Bridge, and, the whole 9 yards.
So your dog was gay?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wait a minute.
You do know gay code.
Where did things go wrong that you don't believe in God? It sounds like you're an atheist. When did this happen?
I grew up in a world filled with nothing.
Yeah.
With people who had nothing, preached nothing, discussed nothing, and it was never part of my upbringing and at any level with anybody in my sphere, and there wasn't much of a sphere going on at the Carolla house. It was a very limited sphere.
Have you ever prayed?
No.
Have you ever felt a connection to a greater, bigger force than you?
Just Jimmy.
Who's Jimmy?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh my God! So Jimmy's your God?
No, it's just that's the connection to the greater force.
I want you to get connected to that. You've been out in nature, haven't you?
No, I travel in one of those Habit Trail hamster globes that was yes, I've convened with nature.
I think that you might not know it, Mr. Carolla, but I think that's connecting to God. You might have missed it, but you have.
I got a dog. I got a black lab. The black lab is about 6 months old, and I took Phil, the black lab, or Philly cheesesteak, as I like to call him.
That's a good name for him when he gets hit and he's roadkill.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Extra provolone.
My God.
I took him to Malibu, and I let him hit the beach for the first time ever last weekend, and he's a water dog, and he went berserk.
That was heaven.
It was heaven.
Yeah.
He was chasing seagulls. He was diving into the water. He was running out and digging holes in the tidal pools, and that, to me, when I sort of would just watch this dog sort of go berserk for the first time, the dog had seen the ocean, and he's such a crazy water dog that, like, when my daughter takes a shower, he'll just jump into the shower with her. He
showers with. Does he do her hair and stuff? Does he wash her hair?
He'll give her like a rinse and a repeat and a cuticle push, and they'll talk about boys. And
I wonder if they do fart bubbles.
Well, not in the shower, but that's
if you're a dog,
tub.
if you're a water dog, you probably have a specialized dog asshole, and you can do water bubbles standing up.
Well, I'm not Cesar Millan, but
the dog whisperer.
Yeah, I think your audience is quite familiar with who Cesar Millan is.
I know, it sounds like a salad.
Yeah,
what a name! I'll have the Cesar Millan, please, with blue cheese sauce.
I do think as we start melting everything together in 50 years. When we bring up Cesar Millan's name, it's going to be like he played the Joker in the original Batman,
that's right?
Or the Riddler. Who was that guy? Yeah. No, I'm not Cesar Millan. That's what I'm here to tell you.
Yeah.
And I don't have a crystal ball.
I would love Cesar Millan to just shout at a dog, just like scream, like the dog whisperer just loses it.
Yeah.
And screams at the top of his lungs, and the dog just blows up.
Don't you, you ever listen... You ever listen to those Saturday morning pet shows on AM radio?
Do I?
And they say,
yes.
Somebody, but whatever the fix is for the dog, like you call the expert, and it's way more trouble than, like, the expert's supposed to give you a tip.
Yeah.
Like, so they'll do this thing where they're like, hi, listen, and they'll call him, like, Warren Eckstein.
Yeah.
They'll call Warren.
Was he a Nazi war criminal?
He fled.
Okay.
He went to Brazil.
Warren Eckstein. Okay.
And they'll say, Warren, I have a schnauzer, and my schnauzer will nip at some of the neighbors and can pull a little bit at them. He's a little bit aggressive with some of the neighbors' dogs and some of the neighbors, and I take him for a walk every day, and I'm scared he's going to bite one of the neighbors. How do we remedy this problem? And Warren will be like, well, have you thrown a party for the dog?
What?
And they'll go, by the way, The answer is no, unless I'm criminally insane. What you should do is you should throw a party for the dog. You should invite all the neighbors.
Yeah.
Have them all bring a gift, a treat,
God.
an offering to dog. And it's like, this is yes, this would remedy this problem, except for it's never going to happen on fucking planet Earth.
That's like idiots who wrap presents for their dogs at Christmas and think the dog's going to take its little hands and delicately unwrap the Christmas present.
No, but it's like saying
Idiots.
my son is not doing well in math.
Yeah.
Okay, well, why don't you pay an Asian tutor to work with him 7 hours a day? It's like, well, that's not really a tip.
Yeah.
I'd like to lose some weight. All right, we'll do nothing but drink stream water and do push-ups. Like, that's not a tip.
Speaking of losing weight, is it just me, or is Marie Osmond like looking for it? Have you seen her on these NutraSweet commercials or whatever? Like everyone they do. Have you seen her?
Nutrisystem?
Every commercial she just gets like trampier and like now she looks like a AC/DC groupie. She's like, "Are you chubby? Do you like to go to the back room and plow the drummer from it?" She's just like getting trampy.
I had not noticed that.
Hot.
I don't know Marie well.
You will.
I'm very good friends with Jimmy Osmond, however.
You are?
Very close.
How big are his teeth? Like, how fast could he buzz through a cedar tree?
Oh, that's an unfair depiction of
They
Jimmy.
have huge teeth. The Osmonds have giant teeth.
Yeah.
Like, if they were fish, they'd be parrotfish. I'm not trying to insult your friend.
Well, it's a little late for
well,
that.
I didn't give him the big teeth, sir.
I got to tell you, he might come over here and pretend to play the trumpet in front of you like he used to do back in the Donnie Marie show back in the day.
I saw them. My first concert as a little boy ever was the Osmonds.
Really?
Yeah, I saw Donnie Osmond, and they brought little Jimmy out. He was like the bonus treat. I think he was still like in a cradle or something.
Did he pretend to play the trumpet?
I'm straight. Now, I want to tell you, I can relate to your thing on the beach with the dogs, because I had, the first time I took my dogs to the beach, it was wondrous. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It was to see an animal that never would have got to the beach if it lived in the wild, because, it was a dog, and my dog was anti-water. I had this really rare breed called a Jindo. Mm-hmm. And they're very cat-like, and my dog would not even step on the grass in the morning if there was dew on it.
Uh-huh.
And even the magic of the ocean, she ran into the ocean. Like, it was such an enchanting moment to see this wide, and the glistening sand, and your dogs running and getting excited by the... I think you're right. That is heaven. A dog seeing the beach and the ocean for the first time is heaven. You did have the answer. You had the answer.
It's probably graced more greeting cards than any other image.
A dog on the beach for the first time?
Well, for the first time, I'm not sure if we popped the sand hymen on the dog.
Whoops.
But what I'm saying...
Have you ever done doggy style on a beach?
Oh, that's interesting.
I mean, that's a kind of a dog question.
No, but next time I bring Phil out there, I'll definitely give it a whirl on
Nelly
your
Furtado.
advice. I'll have to explain to my wife whose idea this was and how
Lord.
I didn't want to disrespect Harland by not obeying his very strict wishes.
Good Lord. Well,
But-
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you don't think there's a heaven, do you
That's
think
heaven.
there's a
That's-
hell? That is heaven. We found, see, I said at the beginning Adam would have the answer, and you did.
Yes, that is
it's
heaven.
dogs on the beach for the first time experiencing the ocean. I totally agree.
Yes. And it
hell.
should be a nice 5.5-month-old lab that's just going berserk in the water.
Yeah, they
hell.
go nuts. What's hell look like? I mean, what the
hell-
hell's down there?
I worked at a decorative box factory in Gardena. I was doing a remodel of it back when I was a carpenter, but the decorative box...
Decorative box?
Well, you know when you buy, like, your Estee Lauder products?
I just picture pink with Christmas tinsel on her Brazilian.
Yeah,
That's a decorative box to me.
box,
I
yeah.
mean, come on. Was that what you mean?
No, I'm saying like a floral arrangement.
Yeah.
Like a box.
You worked in the flower industry?
Now, please listen.
Okay,
Because it's an
sorry.
important skill to have as
I
a
know.
podcaster.
You're saying box, yes.
I
okay.
worked as a carpenter
Yes.
doing a remodel.
Okay, got it.
Tenant improvement is
Right.
what they called it, of offices that were in a decorative box
Got it.
factory.
I needed to listen there, and I didn't, and then
That's
you
all right.
roped me in, and I'm here. I got
Take
it.
a draw off your
Hang on.
Fanta and recalibrate.
Okay, got it. But even though you said all that, I'm still picturing Pink's Brazilian with Christmas tinsel on
Oh,
it.
she
Sorry.
was there. That was the only good part about the factory tour.
So this was hell to you? Is that your point?
Well, as I went out to this, 10,000 square foot facility, and I walked into the back, and I saw these poor, husky Guatemalan middle-aged women with no life in their eyes putting together these decorative boxes that they would never receive.
Dude, you should take those Guatemalan women and set them free on the beach.
I should take them to the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead. I'm listening.
As
I'm listening.
I gazed out upon these super downtrodden women who are ironically putting together these super nice boxes for rich guys to buy their gumas. You know what I'm saying?
What's a gumas?
It
sounds like an art project.
It's Italian for girlfriend on the side.
Oh, I pictured some mother saying, Billy, finish your gumas and we can show it to Daddy when you get home.
That's possible.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that phrase has never been uttered, but guma.
Guma?
If you ever watch like The Sopranos.
No.
You got to have the guma on the side.
Okay,
You see what I'm saying?
Thank
But
you
either
for that.
way, hell to me is the city of Gardena, which is horrific.
Wow.
And then working in a decorative box factory
Yeah.
in the city of Gardena while these poor women just sort of sat there
So that's,
waiting to die.
That's hell on earth, but do you believe in kind of that metaphysical hell where there's fire and brimstone and tortured souls? And I mean, is that a real thing in your mind? Or I don't know.
No,
It's not.
I don't. I don't believe in that. I also don't. I feel like fire and brimstone are redundant.
Yeah, because
Like
they're
if you
almost
got-
the same
if you
thing.
got fire, you got brimstone. If you got brimstone, you got fire. We don't need that and this.
What
You know
about,
I mean?
have you ever been to a Kenny Rogers Roasters?
Yeah.
Is that in there too? Like fire, brimstone, and Kenny Rogers Roasters?
Well, I'd have to see. It depends. I can't remember how they do their potatoes. I don't like thick cut potatoes.
Oh, really?
I don't like wedge potatoes,
Oh,
and so for me
sad.
that would be hell, because I like a nice thin fry.
Yeah.
Old school, McDonald's style.
Have you ever? Oh, yeah. Do you like curly fries?
I like curly fries, but I find them unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I've never eaten a McDonald's French fry and says, why isn't this thing springing back at me and shooting ketchup into my cornea? you know what I mean? Like I've never really said, why is there's not enough give to these fries,
Yeah.
or I can't unfurl them and push them back into shape. Like
Do you think they put hairspray on them to keep them curl? Like, is there someone back there in the kitchen with a curling iron, like doing them by hand?
I'll tell you what.
We hand curl our own curly fries here at Arby's.
I'll give you the answer. Tomorrow,
Oh.
I love you. Tomorrow,
That voice.
you're always a day away.
There's heaven right there.
Yeah.
Keep singing.
Yeah,
guy.
I got to believe
Oh.
Annie inspired the curly fry.
You just sent me to heaven. What about a guy? You know construction. You've heard of
Yes.
a blast furnace. Mm-hmm. I did a show like a few months back, and I asked a guy what he did for a living, and he goes, "I work in a blast furnace." Mm-hmm. And I go, "Well," I go, "How are you even alive, dude?" And then I said, "Yeah, you're the only guy that will ever go to hell and go, yeah, so."
Right.
What is a blast furnace? Tell this crowd that's listening, because if anyone knows how to describe a blast furnace, it's Adam Zachary Carolla.
Right. That's me. I miss my years doing that Tim Allen show,
What is a blast furnace?
Home Improvement. Well, first off, I don't think anyone works in a blast furnace.
Well, this guy did,
I
apparently.
think they work around
What
one,
is it,
in
though?
front of one.
What is it?
It's a furnace that they use
For what? Tell us.
It's for smelting things.
Ah, smelts are fish.
Smelts are what you do to steel and other ores.
Really?
And then you pour them into shapes and you make I-beams and trusses and things like
So
that.
you shove like raw metal into a blast furnace and it melts it into a liquid form? Is that what you're trying to tell the audience?
I think you put the raw like ingots ingots.
So it's like a juicer for
yeah, like
for
if you're gonna like
ingots.
If you're gonna smelt an ingot,
Wasn't Ingot a bobsled champion in the '76 Olympics? By the way,
downhill. Yeah, but yes.
So
Winter Olympics.
You put the ingots and the whattens
So
inside.
you smelt an ingot.
Oh, I haven't smelt an ingot in a long time.
Yeah, well,
Have
you're
you?
missing. Well, that's my version of heaven.
Sniffing an ingot.
You know, we don't talk metallurgy enough.
I know. Blast furnace. All
Yeah.
right, that's enough of that. I'm moving on.
Okay, if
Let's-
you want to just limit it to
No,
8 minutes of that.
Well, I have a lot of questions for you. I want to
Okay.
get to a quick answer because those were long, excellent answers.
Thank you.
You win already. This one's just a yes or no answer. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Where is it here? Oh, here we go. This is a yes or no answer. You don't even have to go into it.
Okay.
But you probably will. Do priests take their collars off, put them on the griddle, and use them to make perfectly round pancakes? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right. You're right. Okay.
Absolutely.
Now we can get back to some long form answers.
When I used to work at McDonald's, every once in a while,
See, I knew it.
I'd get the breakfast shift.
Yeah.
And in order to make the Egg McMuffin, you would have a miniature priest
Like a priest collar.
collar. But this one would be for like a small, like if a cat was a man of the cloth,
Yeah.
it'd be that size.
Or a pussy of the cloth.
Pussy
Can you
of the
say
cloth.
that?
Yeah. About 3 inches around, and that's what you'd crack your egg into. It was a template.
Can I take
It
a
was
little
a form. It was
pause
an
here
egg
and
form.
do a pussy of the cloth hymn real quick?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
At some point, you have to stop this, don't you? At some point.
You're the guy that worked at McDonald's and had a pussy collar.
Yeah, I
Why
did.
am I the bad guy for once?
Well, I was 16.
You
Harlan.
worked at McDonald's?
Yes, I did.
When?
Well, as previously
16.
stated. That's right.
You think I'm not listening, but I retro hear you. See,
I know.
I asked myself, and then I gave the answer before you could even answer.
Right.
See?
Sweet.
So you worked at McDonald's in the drive-thru or where?
No, I don't think we had a drive-through. This was the one in Studio City on Ventura Boulevard. They still don't have a drive-through.
Wow.
It's one of the few McDonald's with no drive-through.
You've got to get back to the future.
Yes, I do. And I would drive my DeLorean there, and I would get behind the griddle, and I would make Big Macs.
Did you ever sweat on the meat? Like it's inevitable. Because in those days, you grilled over a grill, right? It wasn't the microwave when you were there.
It was always a huge griddle. Big,
Yeah.
flat piece of steel.
Did you ever, with
Just
an
right,
ingot?
right for smelting.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Did you ever sweat by accident into the meat?
What would happen is I was forced to wear, as my son was hopping up and
little
down behind
Timmy.
us, I was forced to wear what is basically a brown rayon gi, back when they had these stupid pants and stupid tops and a hat and everything else.
Whoa.
And one of the biggest beefs I used to get into, pardon the pun, with my manager, Ken, is that he insisted when I worked behind the grill that I wear this big plastic smock. But I'm already wearing this rayon jumpsuit,
Ooh.
this brown rayon jumpsuit.
The brown pants,
Doesn't breathe very well.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the shoes.
They're kind of, were they bell-bottomy a little bit?
Yeah. And they said
I remember.
no. They said no rubber-soled shoes, which is insane. They didn't want people wearing ratty tennis shoes.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I didn't have any shoes that were dress shoes except for my 9th grade graduation shoes. So I looked like Fred McMurray standing there. My feet were killing me. And he had
Wait, you wore your graduation shoes to McDonald's every day?
I wasn't going to buy leather-soled shoes.
Like shiny black, like...
Yeah, well, these were brown, but yes,
Oh,
they
my
were
God.
old-school shoes.
All right, continue.
And I was standing there. My feet were killing me because I'd grown 2 sizes since the ninth
Sure.
grade. But I didn't have any shoes that were rubber-soled, and I wasn't going to buy shoes, expensive shoes, just to work at McDonald's for $2.42 an hour. And so my manager, Ken, would constantly insist that I wear this big plastic smock while I stood over the grill in the shoes with the
Gross.
rayon outfit on. And I remember sort of thinking to myself, I'm hot enough, Ken. Like putting this big plastic smock over me is killing
That's
me.
what boxers do to lose weight. They'll put a garbage bag on and get on a bike and just okay.
Yeah, that's right.
So they were doing that to you.
Yeah, I was drying out over that thing, trying to make weight. I was cutting weight.
And did your forehead drip onto the griddle into the meat?
I was a sweaty mess, and I would say to Ken, like, I'm burning up back here, and he'd say, put the smock on. And I would always conveniently forget to put the smock on.
Oh,
and
my
he would
God.
always come and remind me to put the smock on.
Did he ever, like, towards the end of your shift, turn the disco ball on and play a slow song, and you guys would have, like, the final dance at the graduation? Like, relive that moment?
Not every night.
Like, what's that song with the
I had the time of my life.
Oh, my love.
Oh, Righteous Brothers.
My dog. And you and him would be
Melody.
like, you guys would slow dance in your shiny
Any
brown
credit
prom
at all
shoes.
for naming the artist and the song title within 3 beats of the song?
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Wow,
Yeah.
that's exciting. All right. Hey, I wanted to see if you could make up a new 4-letter swear word.
Mm-hmm.
And it can't be the one that we already did. What was it, Dingle? The metal one?
I don't know.
Clinkus?
I've kind of tuned out.
You tuned out the whole metal.
Yeah.
What's a 4-letter that we've never heard? It's brand new.
Well,
brand new.
I can tell you this. 4 letters in Jack and 4 letters in Hole.
Yeah.
Jimmy and I, in our production company, is called Jack Hole Productions.
Yeah.
But we tried to invent a swear word we could say on the radio.
Oh, okay.
And Jack Hole.
But that's
is what we ended up with.
That's 8 letters.
Well, it's 4 and 4.
Can you do a brand new one that the planet Earth has never heard it before?
Uh-huh.
Can you come up with a 4-letter one right now? And then I'm going to need you to, use it in a sentence.
Uh-huh. Okay.
4-letter.
Mm-hmm. So douche nozzle is out.
That's a bit long. That would be a German 4-letter swear word. We need English for
no
America.
umlauts can be used at all.
No, like it's got to be like clunk or something. 4 lousy. It can sound like another language.
Right. I would say speaking of sort of German, I would go Fitz. With a Z.
F-I-T-Z.
Yeah. Fitz.
Great. I like
It's got
that.
some shit. It's got some fuck in it.
Yeah.
And
what's it mean?
It just means like
Fitz.
Yeah.
It's
Fitz. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you could use it this way. Like you could say, I walked in my roommate and he was fitzing the bejesus out of his girlfriend.
Wow.
So I stood there and watched. You know what I mean?
You stood and watched. I thought it
did.
was going to end.
Well,
You didn't politely leave?
I may have grabbed a knee. I don't know if I stood the whole time.
You like your fitzing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay, see, that was great. I love it. What species of animals should interbreed? Like, I feel like a panda and a zebra would make a good interbreeding. Are there any other ones that would kind of fit the...
Yeah. I for me, I like flight. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so for that, you have the barn owl.
Barn owl.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And good luck with this one.
Yeah.
Now, one of the most animals that is probably would be the coolest thing to see in flight, but that you'll never really have a chance of seeing would be a manatee.
A manatee and a barn owl.
A manatee and a barn owl.
Yeah, that'd be hard to get off the ground.
Yeah, but imagine the majesty of the manatee when it did take flight for the first time.
Maybe you could call that a fat farmer. No, what would you call that? A fatity? A barn? A barn of fat. A fat fuck farmer? No.
Well, first off, Harlan, what does a manatee sound like?
Manatees are aquatic and they're underwater, so they're like that.
I feel like there's a little bit of a cop-out.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, you want to, how would they talk underwater?
Well, what I'm saying is everything underwater, whether it's a manatee or, bluefin dolphin, you're going to make the same underwater.
No, a bluefin dolphin underwater is like... But a
sorry.
manatee's-
I meant bluefin tuna.
Oh, okay. Well, manatee.
Well, what would the tuna sound like?
the tuna would be like,
Okay.
yeah, it'd be
All
more
right.
like a pulsing sound,
Right.
whereas the manatee has more of a, it developed more of a language because it's a mammal. So it's like,
Oh,
if you
okay.
play that backwards, it's actually someone reciting the Second Amendment.
It says Paul's the dead man.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So good. I like that. Barn owl and a manatee. Mm-hmm. Splendid. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Well, let's go down at the end of at the end of my podcast here. I like to play a little game called Too Soon or Not Too Soon.
Okay.
It's 4 questions,
All right.
and all you have to answer is too soon or not too soon.
To play this stupid game?
Yeah, well, mental game.
Okay.
Here's the first question. You ready? Mm-hmm. In 2016, should people be allowed to put curly fries in their pubes and pretend they are octopuses or octopi? Too soon or not too soon?
Not too soon.
No,
Oh, I'm wrong.
it's too soon.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Well, is that 0 for 1 then?
yeah,
So I got to run the table to go over 500 here?
yeah. Here's
Okay.
number 2. Should people with leprosy be allowed to give you the finger, meaning they could actually pull their finger off and give it to you?
And hand it to you?
Too soon or not too soon?
Too soon.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Number 3, should people who make Sour Patch Kids create an adult candy called Sour Patch Clits? Too soon or
Wait a
not
minute.
too soon?
Is that with a Z? Is that my swear word you're
It's
using in a
close.
sentence?
It's close.
Not too soon.
No, guy,
okay.
no.
Now I got to get this last one to go 500.
Last one. Here we go, and then we're going to wrap up the show. You've heard of the Dilly Bar and the Dairy Queen Blizzard. Given the condition of Bernie Sanders' hair, should his hair be a new frozen delight at Dairy Queen called the Bernie Blast Blowout Frozen Frost Fucker Supreme? Too
Well-
soon or not too soon?
It's not too soon, and I feel like you could get Head and Shoulders to sponsor that, and this would be a layup. Am I right?
No, it's too
Oh,
soon.
man.
You
That
got
was a-
one.
Yeah, man. I mean, in a weird way, it's like doing a movie and just getting 1 star. Like, you'd rather almost just get 0.
Too
You know
soon.
what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for this segment of the podcast. But do you want to plug while we're here? I always like people
Well,
to plug their stuff, man.
If people'd like to see where I'm doing my shows live or get my mug. My mug is don't do your best, do my best.
Aw.
Makes a lovely coffee mug and a
Cute.
gift.
Yeah.
T-shirts and podcasts and whatever. Just go to AdamCarolla.com. Find out everything because we're coming to you. And you can pick up a nice mug or a T-shirt.
Yeah, check out all Adam's stuff. Listen to his podcast. Listen to all his podcasts. If you go on AdamCarolla.com, you
yeah.
can see all
movies, the
everything.
the
There's
Paul
so much.
Newman racing doc.
Yes,
Road
I saw
Hard.
that. You were gracious enough to invite me to the premiere. It was amazing.
I'm glad you came and I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I loved it.
Well,
awesome.
Go there and go get one, everybody.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah. There it is. Yeah. Adam Carolla, ladies and gentlemen. My thanks to Adam. My God, what a fun interview. I mean, Adam, you just can't stump him. You can bring up any topic. That's why I threw a whole wide range of questions at him because I don't think I know a guy that like him, that he just has answers for everything, and it's fascinating to hear what he comes up with, man. And he doesn't even blink. Like, you could ask him anything, and he just rolls into some kind of an answer. It's quite a unique gift, and that's probably half the reason why his outstanding podcast and all his other projects do so well. He's got a lot of knowledge up in that nugget, and it was a pleasure to have some laughs and talk with Adam. And by the way, coming up soon, if you are a premium member of the Harland Highway podcast, Adam and I, coming up very soon, we are going to be doing my premium podcast called Let's Have a Fight, where me and Adam will be going head-to-head with each other. And believe me, Adam is not an easy guy to fight with because he's very intelligent. And that's going to be a real battle. So if you join my premium membership, it's probably coming up within the next 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Adam Carolla and Harland Williams, Let's Have a Fight. And the premium content's only $20 a year to get that other podcast and my live stand-up and all kinds of bonus things. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed hearing Adam. And let's see what else they got here. A stand-up comedy coming up next week, February 25th through the 28th. I will be in, good Lord, I will be in Scottsdale, Arizona at the House of Comedy. Brand new comedy club. It's only been open about a year and a half. It's a really wonderful, hip, modern comedy club. It's in beautiful, sunny Scottsdale, Arizona. Go to harlandwilliams.com and get all your ticket information. And then in March 10th to the 13th, I'll be in Houston, Texas at the Improv. So please come out there. And then moving over to April, it's the Comedy Party. This is going to be an amazing, if you live in Omaha or out there in Illinois, in the Midwest, Pauly Shore, Tom Green, Bobby Lee from Mad TV, and myself are going to be doing the Comedy Party. It's 3 shows, one night only at each venue, big, fat, incredible theaters, and you're getting 4 amazing comics for the price of 1. So go to my website, harlandwilliams.com, and you can order your tickets before they sell out, because the Comedy Party is going to be a cool party. Also, if you want to leave me any phone messages, if you want to comment on the Adam Carolla interview or anything else I say or do on the podcast, 323-739-4330. That's 323-739-4330. That number is at the website, harlandwilliams.com. Or you can write to me at harlandwilliams.com as well. Also, check out our store at harlandwilliams.com. We have all kinds of cool merchandise we can ship out to you. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed Adam. Again, my thanks to Adam Carolla. Tons of fun. And as I said, watch out, you premium members, for Adam Carolla and Harland Williams' Let's Have a Fight podcast coming up soon. Thanks for being here, and until next time, chicken chow mein, baby.
I'm burning up back here, and he'd say, put the smock on.